Hey guys, I'm Hellhound, and today we're going to talk about an excellent thrash metal band. One that features one of the greatest drummers ever, metal or otherwise, the legendary Gene Hoglan. Gene Hoglan has been with many different bands, but I'm talking, of course, about Dark Angel. And today we're going to look at their sophomore album, 1986's Darkness Descends. Yeah, Hoglan's extremely fast and heavy beats with frequent tempo changes are really what makes Dark Angel stand out. Though I gotta say, the other musicians behind this recording are also an important part of what makes it an essential metal album that needs to be in every Headbangers collection. Darkness Descends. Oh yeah. There they are. Alright, well, sorry. In addition to the aforementioned Gene Hoglan, who actually made his debut here, replacing former drummer Jack Schwartz, who featured on the debut, we also have guitarists Eric Meyer and Jim Durkin, bassist Rob Yan, although Mike Gonzalez actually got credit for playing bass on this album, but it was actually Rob Yan. And also vocalist Don Doty. Now, this would be the last album featuring Don Doty on the mic before he was replaced by Rob Reinhardt, who would make his debut in the next album, Leave Scars. And next to Hoglan, Doty is probably the second most integral part of why this is a definitive thrash album, at least for me. I mean, the guy can really sing. Slow, fast, whatever, you know. He's really diverse for a thrash singer, I gotta say. Very authentic. I really wish Don Doty had stayed with the group, but, you know, it is what it is. And everybody else does a competent job as well. I really enjoy Eric Meyer's heavily distorted riffs and solos in particular. I think he's actually been with the group the longest. Pretty sure he features on all their albums. So he's probably the longest lasting member. Yeah, I guess it's kind of his band, you could say. But, yeah, Darkness Descends opens with the brutal title track and just never lets up or fails to bring the thrash. Continue with the explosive and volatile sound. Songs like Hungry Then Undead, Merciless Death, and Black Prophecies will likely have you banging your head and playing some air guitar solos, just like it's nobody's business, you know. It just fills you with uncontrollable primal energy, you know, kind of throws you into a fit of rage, but in a good way. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, that's what thrash is all about, you know. Getting out your inner, you know, kind of releasing your inner animal instincts, kind of getting rid of, you know, all your destructive urges and fantasies, just acting them all out while blasting an album such as this. But yeah, lots of creative compositions and superb musicianship is found here. So yeah, look no further if you like your thrash to be, you know, a little more diverse and layered. A lot of people say Dark Angel is a Slayer clone. They say they're very similar to the band Slayer, which really, that could be a compliment. But honestly, I don't really hear it. I mean, you know, you can tell they're probably influenced by bands like, you know, Slayer and Venom. Maybe even early Metallica, most likely, which is definitely a good thing. Those are good bands to take inspiration from, but I think they really found their own sound. I think they're, you know, you have a very creative input, which definitely shows on Darkness Descends, and you know, so yeah, I don't know, I just don't really hear it. One thing I did notice is that while I'm reading along with the lyrics that are written here, I noticed Don Doty actually omitted some of the words. I don't know. I guess they wrote them down and like he just skipped like certain verses or what, I don't know. But we have a little intro here, a little foreword written by Gene Hoglan. That's pretty cool. I kind of considered his band. He might not have been in the band as long as Eric Meyer, but when I think of Dark Angel, I think of Gene Hoglan. Just like when I think of Sadist, I think of bassist Steve DiGiorgio. And they're both actually in Testament right now, and of course they played with Death briefly, and I think those two are just make up a super group in and of themselves. Great rhythm section, both virtuosos. But yeah, as I said, Rob Yon actually is credited right here. There's a picture of him. Though I don't know why Mike Gonzalez. He has never actually played on the album. I don't think he played on any of their recordings. I know Rob Yon left. I think after this was recorded, but for whatever reason they played with Mike Gonzalez. Maybe he was in the band briefly, but I don't think he ever. He might have played with them live. I don't think he ever appeared on any recordings. Like I said. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, if you want a record to really pump you up, get your blood boiling, look no further. As I said, my favorite moment would probably be that little interlude near the break in "Burning of Sodom," which is the second track on the album. Just so damn evil sounding. It never fails to give me chills. And I gotta say it again, Don Doty was the man. Wow. In addition to Gene Hoglan, he's really what made this album so great. And I feel like they kind of lost something, when they lost him. Ron Reinhardt was good too. I don't think he had quite as much of a range. He kind of sounded a little more typical, more generic. Had a more generic, basic thrash style, kind of more by the numbers. It fit. It fit. I'm not saying he's a bad singer. He was a good replacement. But I don't know. Don Doty just I think he kind of brought something more to the band. It was kind of like thrash, but with a little something extra. Yeah, he was excellent. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, from the ominous opening to the closing "Perish in Flames," this album gets better with each and every listen. This is by far Dark Angel's finest hour, and easily one of Gene Hoglan's greatest drum performances. If you're a fan of Gene Hoglan, you're in for a treat. I know I am. He's one of my favorite drummers of all time. Wow, he does things on the drums, behind the drum kit I didn't think were possible. I always consider Dave Lombardo from Slayer my favorite drummer, but really, I'd have to say Gene Hoglan may be a little more diverse and probably a little more skilled as well. So can't go wrong either way. But yeah, Darkness Descends by Death Angel. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Great thrash record. Some great performances all around, especially from Gene Hoglan, and also from Don Doty as well. And everybody else. They did a good job. Alright guys, well, keep it thrash. I'm Hellhound. Thank you for watching another episode of my show. Check out this album, and rock on.